families, grandparents, friends. These guys here look like they're ready to put on an awesome show. My name is Rick Wendell, principal of Corin Elementary School. I'm here with Principal Mr. Chris Atkins from Pearson. We really appreciate the great turnout. I could not believe the parking lot tonight. So I hope you got a decent spot. We're going to be in for a really great show. These kids have been working very diligently many mornings this year, and it's always great to hear the music flowing through our hallways at 7:45 in the morning. So I'm really excited for tonight. Please, while the performance is going on, can we remain in our seats so we don't have the doors opening and closing while the kids are playing. Please silence your cell phones. I just had to do that for mine so we don't get disturbed during the show as well. So, are we ready, Mrs. Saldana? All right, I'm really excited, folks, so thank you very much and have a great show.
For coming. My name is Rachel Saldana. I'm the orchestra teacher at Corin for the beginners, and then both Pearson Creek and Corin for the 4th and 5th grade players. What you just heard is our D major scale, which is all 8 notes that we know all in a row, which is a really good deal because most of them actually have it memorized. So we got to play them, and now the next couple songs that we're going to hear, we're going to take those notes that we know from our D major scale and just kind of mess them up a little bit. Make them go in different orders, and maybe you'll recognize a couple tunes out of the whole mess. It's always the goal. Our first one is Rolling Along, which you might also know as Mary Had a Little Lamb. We're going to divide the orchestra in half for this one. We're going to hear the violins and violas, or what we call our upper strings first. They're going to play arco, or with the bow, and then we'll hear our cellos and basses next. So here's Rolling Along. recognize that last tune? Anybody? What was it? That was treacle, absolutely, which is appropriate for this time of year and is quite tricky. There's lots of string crossings, there's lots of combinations and skipping of notes. It's kind of a big deal, and they did it really, really well. I would like to point out that you heard many of them singing as they were playing. That's a strategy we use, and hopefully you hear it at home as well. Because right now we're working on reading all these little dots on a page, and then putting those dots, or notes, into our fingers and how that's supposed to feel and how we're supposed to compare what our eyes see to what it feels like, to what it's supposed to sound like. And all of that can be very foreign to us. But our voices and singing are something that's very natural to us. So we use that to kind of teach ourselves and check what we're doing to make sure that all of our senses are cooperating. So hopefully you hear that at home sometimes. If not, maybe you can request it in the near future. The next person I'm going to introduce is a good friend of mine, Mrs. Stephanie Williams. She teaches the Pearson Creek beginners. So come on stage.
The next tune that we have for you is another one that you learned as a small child. They knew the words to this one right away, but not the notes, obviously. What makes Old MacDonald challenging for the students is that there's a whole section in the middle that you'll hear that has the same note. And when you have something that's easy on an instrument, you would think, oh great, it's easy, we can play this. But the tricky part is playing it just as slowly as you play the hard parts, and not just getting it over with because you know you can do it. So we've been working really hard on keeping a nice steady beat as we're playing Old MacDonald. So listen to see if you can keep it all together as an orchestra. I did some research, and we found out that the next song, our last one of the concert for us, which is Jingle Bells, is not traditionally a Christmas song. Historically, it was not played during Christmas time. What was it played? It was planned Thanksgiving. So if you would want to ask your students at home, I told them the whole history of why it was on Thanksgiving, so we'll see who's paying attention. But it was a Thanksgiving song, so we're a little bit late, but that's okay. Jingle Bells is the last song from the beginners, with actual jingle bells being performed. The beginning orchestra cellos and basses will follow Mrs. Saldana, and the violins and violas will come off the stage this way.